brush is I can't get close to the roots. As you see, they're still like wavy. I can't get close to the roots because the barrel is so big. So I definitely need to flat iron it, but I guess I'll do that after it's like frizzy. Like not frizzy, it's wavy and like very poofy. Well, I don't like to flat iron my hair, but because I'm not good at giving myself blowouts, like I kind of have to if I'm gonna get like the waviness out. So that's that. I will just clip my hair up, or maybe like clip it like this. I just hate how it looks when I don't flat iron it. Not when I don't flat iron it, when I only just do the Revlon brush. I don't think I love this either, but that's why I want the I think I mentioned this before. I want the what's it called? The Dyson Airwrap, because that barrel is a lot smaller and interchangeable. It has different pieces, and I think that would work best with my really like short hair now. But anyways, I brought all my little stuff here. My heat protector. This is the one I bought. I bought this what is this? Fantasia hair polish heat protector straightening spray. It smells so good. I love how this smells. Enriched with aloe and vitamin E. And then when I'm done, like blow drying it or the flat iron, I use some hair oil. These are gotas de brillo hair polish con extracto de bamboo. Bamboo extract nourishes, repairs hair. This also smells divine. I've had for so long, and look how much I've used. I've only used this much. You don't need much. Oh, this smells so good. I wish you guys could literally smell it through the camera. You use like a drop or two after you're done. And then I just used this today. My friend got it for me. It's the Wow Extra Strength Dream Coat Ultra Moisturizing Anti-Frizz Treatment. Straight, smooth, glass hair results, infuses moisture plus frizz proof 4 days. So I only did a few sprays before I did the Revlon brush, but I was gonna use it as I flat ironed. She says it's really good. She says it's good for frizz, and I've heard really good reviews about that this product before, so we'll see. We'll see how I like it. But anyways, guys, I really wanted to come on here and talk about my current show that I'm like, just want to talk about with somebody. So I am currently, I think I've mentioned, I'm watching Power Book 2 Ghost. I got a few notes because I got some things to say. Opinions that nobody asks for, so there's that. If you are not caught up with Power Book 2 Ghost, please don't watch because there will be spoilers. I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, we'll see. I don't know, because once I start talking about something, I'm just like go. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I feel like something big is coming, and I need to know if I'm delusional or if you guys feel the many shows like that I was just like, it's kind of like the same storyline, whatever. I'm not into it. But everyone kept saying, you need to watch it, you need to watch it, you need to watch it. I'm like, okay. So finally I gave in. I started to watch Power when there was only 3 seasons out. In total, I believe it's 4 seasons. And I started to watch it and like literally binge it because that was right before season 4 came out. And I wanted to be caught up and watch it in real time. So I watched it and it's such a good show. There's so many like twists and turns and characters and blah blah blah. And it's a great show. I love it. Hold on. I thought something was gonna fall. Anyways, it's a great show. So I'm gonna just give you a little background. The show's basically, the main character is James St. Patrick's. And he's basically this really big drug dealer in New York. And he has this like, drug empire with his best friend Tommy Egan. He's married to Tasha. Now, Tommy Egan and James St. Patrick. Sorry guys, sometimes I feel like I try to talk too fast. Like my mind is like, and like the words don't come out as fast as they're going in my head. Anyways, so James is married to Tasha. Tasha and James have Tasha and James have 3 kids. They have a set of twins, a boy and a girl. And they also have a baby. So I won't bore you with the details. James is trying to go legit. Yes, he's a good drug dealer. He's made him and his friend and wife lots of money. Like, he's good at what he does. But he's looking to venture into more legit businesses. So he opens up a nightclub. In that nightclub, he sees a lot of success and he's kind of like, this is my way out. Like, this is my way out the game. This is the way I kind of become legit, because he's tired. He's a drug dealer. He kills people. Like, he does the most, right? And he doesn't want to do that for the rest of his life. Now, the problem is his wife, Tasha, and his best friend, Tommy Egan. Like, Tommy, that's all he knows, and that's all. Not just that's all he knows, but that's all he sees for himself. That's the life he lives and likes and wants, So Tasha starts telling Tommy, like, listen, like, I think he's trying to get out the game. He's trying to be legit. And Tommy's like, oh yeah, it's like this club got him like messed up in the head. Whatever. Long story short, like, I keep saying long story short. Sorry, this is a long story. Anyways, Tommy and Tasha, like, they try to figure out how to keep him in the game. So Tommy is like, oh, we're gonna start like, kind of cleaning money through the laundering money through the club. End up selling drugs and all that through the club. James is not with it, but I mean, like, he's in it as well. So, like, you can't just like break clean when you're that deep into the game and like high level drug dealer. You can't just be like, tomorrow, okay, yeah, I don't want to do this tomorrow. No, you owe people money. You have these amount of drugs, etc., right? So anyways, 1,000,001 things go on in between James trying to be legit, Tommy not letting him. They're best friends. They always have each other back. You have each other's backs. Of course, they have rivals. They have people who are involved with them. Like, whatever, 1,000,001 things happen. James, now this is where he kind of messes up. James starts having an affair with like a high school sweetheart who turns out to be he's part of like the FBI, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a little bit since I watched Power. Anyways, in this whole shenanigans of James trying to become legit, cheating on his wife, you know, dealing with the problems of the business, the legit business, the not legit business, all that. James has always tried to, like, his purpose to get out the game. Obviously, he wants to live a legit life. He doesn't always want to be like killing people and running from the police and like lying and blah blah blah. So his kid, yeah, like I mentioned, he has 3 kids, a set of twins, Tariq. What was his daughter's name? I forget what her name was. Wow, what the heck was her name? I didn't write it down. I just yawned. So he has Tariq. He has I can't think of her name. It's gonna come to me sometime. He has his daughter, you know, the twin, and then he has a baby. In the midst of all this, Tariq is like, he doesn't know obviously that his father's like this drug dealer, but he starts to sense like his dad is not the man he thinks he is. Blase blase. He starts kind of like digging, looking for more information on like what his dad is actually up to, whatever. He gets involved with the wrong people, and in the midst of the craziness, his twin sister, Raina, that was her name, Raina, his twin sister ends up getting killed. Okay, so this is where things kind of like spiral out of control because of the mess that Tariq got himself into. His sister was killed in that process, right? So when his sister gets killed, of course he's angry, he's upset. He's angry with his father because he feels like, you know, his father is living this double life. I think at this point, it is known that his father is having an affair. So like all these things are kind of like blowing up in his face, right? And Tariq then decides, I'm gonna go kill the person that killed my sister. He ends up killing the guy that killed his sister. That's like the first time he's ever killed anybody. It starts spiraling out of control because of course then the rest of the show is like trying to cover up the fact that Tariq killed somebody. Let's fast forward to season 4 because I don't have it in me to explain all the in-betweens. Ghost becomes involved in like the political world. Also, I'm so sorry, my explanation of Power is kind of like choppy. It's been so long since I watched it. And 2, if you've watched the show, you know so much goes into this show and like whatever. So fast forward to season 4. James, did I mention he's also known by Ghost? I'm so sorry if I didn't say that. His like street name is Ghost, but his legit name is James St. Patrick. Okay, so his mistress is part of the FBI. She's investigating who Ghost is. Doesn't know Ghost is James St. Patrick. Boom. Surprise, she does find out. It's so conflicting for her because she's in love with him. He tells her like, I'm trying to get out, blah blah blah. This whole time Tariq has killed this man already though, so they're trying to cover up that, you know, because they're getting closer on finding out like, okay, what's going on. They're on Tommy Egan's ass and James' ass, like they're getting caught up now. James ends up basically kind of telling him like, listen, you want to be grown and make grown man decisions, you're gonna have to like own up to these. Like, there's consequences to these decisions. Again, things happen. Boop, boop, boop. Tariq ends up killing his father, James St. Patrick, the main character. Yeah, Tariq ends up killing his daddy. I was done with the show the second that happened. Okay. Whatever. Everybody was shocked. Now, Tommy Egan seen Tariq kill his dad, and he was going to kill Tariq because that's his best friend, that's his right hand man, that's his dog, that's his partner, that's everything. He's gonna kill him, and James is like, no, whatever, and dies allegedly, right? So that was Power. Now, I left out so many details, and I'm so sorry if it seems like not something you're interested in, but I promise you need to watch it. I'm just a bad storyteller, and there's so much that goes on. Please go watch it. Now, that was Power. From Power, a few more shows were made. There is Power Book 2, Ghost, which is what I'm watching now. And what that is basically it stars Tariq's life after the death of his father, and kind of like his life being a college student trying to get this trust fund money, but it was only gonna be given to him, like his dad put it in his will, basically something along the lines like, you can only get this inheritance once you've like graduated and get a degree or whatever the case was, because James always just wanted to kind of like get out this life and give his kids the life that he didn't get to experience, all this. But Tariq want to be big and bad so bad, okay? He wanted to be street so bad, and like that's literally everything his father was trying to like take him away from. So then he goes as far as killing his father, and now he's like, damn, I can't get this trust fund money unless I attend college. So that's what Power Book Ghost is based on, and that's what I'm currently watching, that I have like so many issues with. So at first everybody was like mad at Tariq and whatever, but I feel like the show has done a really good job at like making you love him, you know, and I think it's making you like fall in love with him and realize like how much he is like his father, because Tariq is very smart. He has gotten himself into like 101 issues, but has found a way to get himself out of them. And James was just like that. James St. Patrick, his dad, was always like 2 steps ahead. And in the show, Power Book 2, Tariq has a best friend, who's also kind of like Tommy. They're trying to make it like the same friendship duo, Brayden, and yeah, it kind of just explores like that storyline of Tariq getting himself into that life, starting to, you know, sell drugs, do business with people, everything his father literally was trying to make sure he wasn't a part of. He's gotten himself into it. So everybody's like, you know, rooting for Tariq, because of course he's made enemies along the way, and I'm just like, I'm still not rooting for you. I'm still not rooting for you. I'm still mad that you killed your father, okay? But this is the thing, guys. This is why I wanted to talk about it, because not only is there this show stemming from Power, there's also Power Book 3, Force. And Force is basically about Tommy Egan's life after the death of his best friend. He moves to Chicago, and you know, he starts selling drugs over there and blah best friend. But whatever. So, Para Book 2, Ghost, is about Tariq's life in college, all the mess he's gotten himself into. Para Book 3, Boars, is about Tommy Egan's life after the death of James, his life in Chicago, and the mess he's gotten himself into. Now, there's another show that's kind of like a prequel, which is called Raising Kanan. And Kanan was also like a main character in Power. I didn't mention him. He basically, it's like he's basically who showed Tommy and James like the ropes and how to be the best drug dealers, I guess. I don't know. So it's kind of like a prequel of Kanan's life. I do enjoy that show. I think it is good, but I don't think it was necessary. I mean, who knows? Maybe 50 Cent has something in mind with why that show is even a thing, right? Again, I enjoy the show, but it is like a prequel, and I don't really see it necessary because Kanan is dead. In Power, he gets killed. Unless, no, he's dead. They showed his body. The reason I don't think James is dead is because they didn't show his body. They had a funeral, but they never showed his like dead body, like they did with a lot of other people who died on the show. And to me, I'm like 50 Cent did his big one with this show. He knows how popular the show is. Like, why would he kill off the main character? Like, to make all these side shows, maybe to keep kind of like the Power legacy going, but like, you know how iconic it would be if James is not really dead. Now, the reason I don't believe, like, another reason why I don't believe he's dead is because now, allegedly, Force is coming to an end. Power Book 2 Ghost, this season is the last season. I'm pretty sure Raising Kanan also is going to be wrapping up. So, like, all these shows that have stemmed from Power are wrapping up. So, to me, mind you, I feel like these shows have also been successful. Not as successful as Power, of course, but they have been, I feel like, doing good for themselves. I've watched all of them just because something in me has always said he's not dead, and when he comes back, I don't want to have to catch up. I didn't want to have to catch up on all the shows to figure out like, wait, what's happening? What did I miss? Because honestly, when he got killed, I checked out. But then I'm like, there's no way he's not dead. He's not dead. He is so smart. He's always 3 steps ahead. Of course, he didn't like predict his son was gonna try to take him out. But also, like, he has so many connections. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like he's dead. So now that I recently heard that all these shows are like wrapping up, the next, like, this season is gonna be the last season, I'm like, I think something big is coming. And I don't think he's dead. I feel like I've had this conversation with a few people, and I think a lot of people at first were kind of like on the same boat, like, no, he's not dead. But now, because it's been a few years, they're like, girl, he's dead. Let it go. I think you're just like holding on to like what would be an amazing plot twist, but he's dead. And I'm like, no, 50 Cent knows what he's doing with this show. Like, it would be so iconic for James to boom come back. Anyways, I feel like I was just rambling and just spitting out random facts about these shows. You're probably lost in the sauce, but if you kept up and you're still here with me, what do you think? Please, am I tripping? Am I crazy? Like, I feel like you're picking up the vibes, especially if you've seen the show. James ain't dead. And I was telling someone this recently. reason why I don't watch too many. Sorry, I just scratched the mic by accident. But I was saying that this is the reason I don't watch too many shows, because I get so invested, so emotionally invested, that I'm sitting here breaking every little detail down. I'm like making my own assumptions in shows and all that. But if you've watched the shows, then you know, like, this is not far-fetched what I'm saying. There were so many turns and twists in Power that I'm like, this wouldn't be a reach. This would make sense. Like, this would be such a ghost thing to do. Like, play dead for a few years. Yeah, sure. Especially when his own son tried to take him out. His wife at some point tried to take him out. His best friend and him were beefing for a long period of time. Like, a lot of people did want him dead. So, like, him going MIA for a few years makes sense. Jump on it, I'm telling you. You will literally have people eating out of the palm of your hands. You already got 1, 2, 3, 4 shows. Fifth one is not gonna hurt. You know what I did see, but I don't know if this is legit or not. I actually never looked into it. I heard that there was gonna be another prequel that was basically gonna be based on how Tommy and James met and how they met Kanan. So, like, kind of like their startup, their roots. But I'm like, if anything, they should have done that before they did Raising Kanan. I don't know. Also, Raising Kanan is freaking crazy. It's essentially, not really, I'll take that back. I was gonna say essentially it's the same storyline of James with Kanan and his son, but not really, because James wanted to get out the game. Kanan's mom, that lady, want to stay in the game. She does lie a lot though, like, be lying to that poor boy. And this is the thing, you bring your kid, this is obviously, I'm talking about the characters from the show, not real life. You're bringing your kids into this, like, this street life, drug selling life, and then are mad when they're like resentful and hate you, and you know what I mean. Also, Monet, sis, you had all your kids selling drugs, killing people, and you're shocked when they literally want to kill you. Girl, please. I'm just like, get a grip. Get a grip. Drew and Diana, they in over their head right now. Honestly, take them out. They piss me off. Call me a hater. They piss me off. Diana being pregnant, I'm like, I roll. Take her out. I don't care. They're pissing me off. Everybody's pissing me off, okay? Because I'm like, yo, Tyreek literally just got himself out of this big ass problem with what the hell is her name? Wow, her name is blanking. That new head honcho chick. Her name is escaping me, but if you know, you know. He literally just got out of this big issue, and he's turning around talking about, how do I get more product? How are we gonna sell these drugs? Like, I'm sorry, you literally just escaped death, and we're talking in the car saying like, sometimes I wish I could just be a regular college student. You get the opportunity to do so, and you're like, this sucks, I need money, what's the move? But I'm like, are you okay? Whatever. Again, been praying on Tariq's downfall, so I still haven't forgave him. I'm never gonna forgive him. You killed James. I'm good on you. Now, I love me some Tommy. I don't know how his show's gonna end up, but I'm sure they're gonna wrap it up whatever way they can, right? I think the last thing I'm gonna say though, as much as I want James to come back and it be a shock and gag everyone, right? This is the only thing I don't like. When they try to stretch things out. If James does come back, I want 50 Cent to do like one solid season explaining like what he, like where did he go, what did he do in that time. Make one good season letting us know he's back, and like, you know, how that's conflicting with his son's life and Tommy, and like how all that, like everything correlates, and then wrap it up nicely. One thing I can't stand is when a good show tries to, like, you know, they're like 8 seasons deep and they kind of lose the essence. It loses the excitement, and you kind of see like the writers didn't have like a certain direction they were going with the show, and it just kind of flops. I don't want that to happen to such an amazing show. I want them to do one last fire season, bringing James back, explaining where he went, what happened, the in-betweens, like all the holes in between. Give us one, like, a nice story, you know, with the twists and turns and blah blah blah, and then wrap it up and let this show go on in history as one of the best shows of all time. Don't let this be a Game of Thrones situation that everyone really stuck through and through for like what, 8 seasons, and then it ended how it ended. Don't fumble 50. Do not fumble this, because you've seen how such an amazing show, and people to this day still say Game of Thrones is their favorite show, but it tainted it so bad. That last season tainted the whole wonderful, amazing, creative series. I also like, I'm watching House of Dragons, and also a good show, but I guess my hopes are not so high because this is a prequel, and we kind of know how that ends, right? So I'm like, I know this is not gonna end and like, oh great, like, and don't get me wrong, if like the main character dies and all that, like, that's not what I'm upset about. I'm upset about is when things feel rushed, when they kind of just give you like kind of like bull crap ending just to tie up any loose ends, and it's just like, it wasn't satisfying. So I'm not scared of like the risk of like killing a main character and doing this and doing that. It's just like, I guess the storyline and how they like play it out